From Arrowhead in Kansas City, it's a rematch of the AFC Championship game between Baltimore and Kansas City. Justin Tucker to kick it off, and we are underway. A beautiful night from Kansas City. It's the Chiefs and the Ravens. The return from speedster Xavier Worthy, who brings it back to the 24-yard line. And two-time NFL MVP Patrick Mahomes takes the field for this red-hot Kansas City offense. Led by Mahomes, the Chiefs averaged 22 points per game to rank 15th in the league, an offense that was very much underwhelming throughout the season, but comes in with plenty of promise as one of the premier clubs in the history of the game. Mahomes takes his time to begin the first play of the year. The 2024 NFL campaign is underway. A check down to Rashee Rice, who has had a very dramatic year off the field. Roquan Smith with the tackle. On second down, Mahomes fakes the run, and that gets the Ravens off of their feet. The tight end Noah Gray, the backup, with the opening first down of the year. 32 yards to the veteran from Duke. First down, Kansas City. Third play of the opening drive of the year. Screen to Isaiah Pacheco, and Smith joins Humphrey on the stop. Mahomes looks like he's in midseason form already. On a four-man Raven rush, that pass is incomplete. The Chiefs have plenty of depth at the receiver position. One of those, Mecole Hardman, was the intended target, a six-year man out of Georgia. On a third down, Rice reels it in on the outcut, picks up 6, maybe even 7, tagged down inside the 30. 52 yards to begin for Mahomes. Seven on the play clock as Mahomes is back, unloads over the middle to Rice, who's been his favorite target early. Third stop of the day for All-Pro linebacker Roquan Smith. Near the middle of the opening quarter, deep drop, and Mahomes fires into the end zone for a Chief touchdown. Marquise Hollywood Brown, and the Chiefs are in front. And Kansas City just goes the distance, and Marquise Brown, whose last year in Baltimore was his best year as he gained 1,008 yards on the season.
Roughing the kicker, defense.
And to compound the brutal defensive effort, number 45 Christian Matthew commits the special teams penalty, and this is a good opportunity for the Chiefs to blast one out of the end zone. They have a load of kicking talent, including the rookie out of San Diego State, Matt Araiza, out of the end zone for a touchback. Lamar Jackson, two-time NFL MVP, rated as the #1 quarterback in the NFL for 2024, in front of Patrick Mahomes, courtesy of the players. The man who is one of the most successful regular season quarterbacks of all time, and the most dangerous yard per carry quarterback in the history of the game. He throws to the outside for his favorite target throughout the course of his young career, Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews, the 7-year man from Oklahoma, glad to see him back in the lineup. He has dealt with various injuries in the middle of his career. Another target for Andrews, a gain of 3 in the first down. Free safety Brian Cook with the Kansas City stop. First run of the year for Derrick Henry. Taken down for a loss by Williams. Derrick Henry, the 2020 Offensive Player of the Year, is trying to bounce back to that original form of when he was a superstar with Tennessee. Into double coverage, and that is dropped. Zay Flowers, the intended target. Ravens last year, 9th in the league, converting 42% of their third downs. Down 7 early in this one. Jackson with a rush, flips it over the middle, and that is short of the marker. Bolton with a big hit for the defense. The Chiefs 2 up 3.5 minutes and score the touchdown on their opening drive. Meanwhile, the Ravens punt. That is out of bounds at the 33. Patrick Mahomes was brilliant on Kansas City's last possession. Chiefs with first down at their own 33. Glad you're with us. Nick Rice in hand. Thursday night to begin the year. He unloads Brown. 1st and 10 as he crawls the midfield. Nate Wiggins, the rookie out of Clemson, with the stop. First down. Mahomes flips it to Pacheco. Not a bad idea to get him involved. 3-yard gain before Ravens veteran Kyle Van Noy makes the stop. Kansas City has been living in Ravens territory today, and Pacheco picks up a yard on the run, another Van Noy stop. Kansas City went 11-6 last season and defeated San Francisco to cap off a wild playoff run with an overtime victory in Super Bowl 58. This is the 25th season for Andy Reid at the reins in the NFL. 14 years in Philadelphia, his 11th in Kansas City. First down in front of Stevens. Hollywood Brown with the catch. This may be the final play of an exhilarating opening quarter on Thursday night. Here's Mahomes on a 3-step drop. He fires downfield. A rare incompletion intended for Kelsey. Empty formation, and this is where Patrick Mahomes is at his absolute best. He fires over the middle in front of Smith. Another big hit from the linebacker. Incomplete to Hardman. Kansas City had a brutal year with the drops, and that certainly cost them quite a few games, the inability to make the routine catches. Mahomes shoots it and closes the quarter with a big one to Brown. Well, it looks like he was out of bounds first, so the clock stopped momentarily as the Chiefs have dominated the Ravens. A touchdown to Brown, part of his 4-catch quarter for Kansas City, who leads it at the end of one, 7-0. We're back on Thursday night, the first game of the year in a rematch of the AFC title, won by the Chiefs in Baltimore, 17-10. And Mahomes completes the short check down to Marquise Brown. If he has this type of a half every half in the season, he certainly would be in the short list of the best receiving seasons we've ever seen for the Chiefs. An explosive wideout, certainly a good compliment to the downfield threat that is Mahomes. He gets rid of it to the goal line for Hardman, who is stuffed just short of the end zone. Ball to the 1-yard line in front of Wiggins. First and goal. Mahomes looks under duress again. It's caught for a touchdown. The running back, Isaiah Pacheco, is in for 6. Mahomes on the run as good as anybody in the game. Brent Urban was flying in on the pressure, and with the pocket collapsing, no one better than the Hall of Fame, future Hall of Famer out of Texas Tech, Patrick Mahomes. 10-play, 67-yard drive over 3 minutes and 32 seconds. Certainly it will be a bit of an eye adjustment to get used to the new kickoff as it sails into the landing zone, and this one's returnable at the 5. It's brought out across the 20. He's wrapped up at the 30-yard line. The Ravens' Nelson Aguilar is with his 4th NFL franchise, 10th year in the league out of USC, playing with Philadelphia, Las Vegas, New England, and his 2nd year in Baltimore as part of a loaded receiving corps for the Ravens. Jackson on a short drop, unloads to Andrews, spilled by Drew Tranquill on the gain of 9. Just 1 carry in the first half for Derrick Henry, the eventual Hall of Fame back out of Alabama. He releases on a 2nd down. The quick flip in the flat is complete to Andrews for the first. Kansas City comfortably ahead on Thursday night. Draw to Henry, squirts through a hole and dances in front of a Chiefs nickel out to about the 44-yard line. Derrick Henry's 2,027 rushing yards in the 2020 campaign was the 5th most in a single season all time. Number 1, the Rams' Eric Dickerson in the early 80s. Henry on the call, and he gains a couple in front of Jones of the Chiefs. Another run, a good idea to get Henry involved, but this time he heads to the outside. Number 27, Shamari Connor, makes the big play, a defensive back against the thumper out of Alabama, Derrick Henry. Jordan Stout, a young former Nittany Lion in the punt, sends it to the 11-yard line, but this is certainly returnable for the electrifying Mecole Hardman. Marquise Brown. 5 catches for 72 yards and a touchdown for Brown, who, as mentioned, went over the century mark once in his career. That was his final year with the Ravens, 2021. He neared 1,000 last year with the Cardinals, a gain of 5 to him over the middle. This was the number 1 scoring defense in the league last year in Baltimore. First down to the outside, already 169 yards for Patrick Mahomes. Blowout brewing from Arrowhead. A 3-yard gain. Smith with his 5th tackle of the ball game. Two minutes remaining in the first half. 14-0 Kansas City. The Chiefs' offense against the number 1 scoring defense in the league of a year ago cannot be stopped right now. Quite a few of those playmakers are back for this season, including Pro Bowlers Kyle Hamilton and Roquan Smith. 4-man rush with a twist. Mahomes to the outside for Hardman to the 35. Mahomes goes deep again, and in coverage, the pass is dropped by Brown. Good coverage at the outside by Marcus Williams of Baltimore. Ravens, led by head coach John Harbaugh, is no spring chicken himself. Reed's been in 25 years. Harbaugh, the Ravens, in for 17 years with Baltimore. Another deep shot, this one to Kelsey. Over 200 yards for the Chiefs quarterback. Our MVP showdown between Jackson and Mahomes. It has been all Kansas City. Down to a minute to play in the half. Mahomes looking for the first half hat trick, and Smith levels the receiver Mecole Hardman at about the 8. Timeout Kansas City. 53 seconds remaining in the half. Glad you're with us. Nick Rice on hand on Thursday night. Chiefs and Ravens. To the end zone, touchdown, Hollywood Brown. And the Chiefs will bring out Harrison Butker for the extra point. And that kick is up, and it is good. Following the 10-play touchdown drive, the Chiefs go the distance in 8 plays, but they do leave 51 seconds and all of the Ravens' timeouts. And Baltimore's got to go 78 yards to respond. The Chiefs' Cam Jones with the tackle. Well, Baltimore is capable of coming back when Lamar Jackson is on his A-game throwing the ball. He finds Andrews over the middle for the opening first down on the drive. Brian Cook converges for Kansas City. Now the Ravens are going to need a whole lot more than that, down by 21, but it's a good start. Likely the man in motion. A 6-man rush, and Jackson hurried that pass, incomplete. Well, Lamar Jackson has looked like a completely different quarterback when he faces elite competition, especially in the playoffs, where he is just 2-4 for his otherwise outstanding career. Check down to Henry in the backfield. He doesn't quite look like himself today, wrapped up by Tranquil. The Chiefs may want to consider burning a timeout if the defense stops him here. Jackson on 3rd down. Hit, and he throws it away. Number 53, B.J. Thompson on the pressure. Third punt of the day for Stout. This one towers to the 20, where it is returnable. Brought back by Hardman to the 28. 20 for 24, 218 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Brown has been brilliant. We've seen some big catches out of his Hall of Fame predecessor in Travis Kelce, but this has been the Mahomes show as he has completely outdueled his compadre on the other side, Lamar Jackson. Both quarterbacks certainly on the short list of future potential Hall of Fame QBs in the NFL right now. Against the blitz, Mahomes completes his 21st pass of the day. There's no timeout called, and the Chiefs, it appears, will feel compelled to run out the remainder of the first half clock. Final play barring a penalty in the half, and it's a big one over the middle to Brown. The tackle from Hamilton. 2 quarters complete in a blowout from Arrowhead. A rematch of the AFC title. It was a Chiefs win last time, a Chiefs blowout this time. 21-0 Kansas City. We are back to begin the second half. Glad you're with us from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs 21 and the Ravens 0. Beginning of the second half and a return from inside the 5. Brings it back to around the 26, does Nelson Aguilar. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens have been outgained by nearly 200 yards of total offense today. They've got to make a move, and they've got to make it now. 4th run of the day for Derrick Henry. And not much doing in the middle, rather the 5th run of the day, spilled by Charles Omenihu. Ravens have dug themselves a huge hole. Henry hit in the backfield again and buried for a loss. Justin Reed with the tackle. This against Kansas City's defense, which has proved to be one of the best in football, led by Chris Jones. Number 2 in points allowed and number 2 in yards allowed last season. Jackson with Henry in the block. Still couldn't quite touch him. In fact, Henry looked a little lost in blocking for his quarterback, and that is incomplete. Not only has Henry been a no-show running the ball and receiving the ball, there was an open blitzer of the Chiefs, and he didn't even touch it. Fair catch by Hardman at the 36. There's been one guy who showed up here in Arrowhead, and it is the Hall of Famer in Patrick Mahomes. There's a look at George Karlaftis, one of the emerging stars of the National Football League, and part of the reason why the Chiefs have become even better under Spagnuolo as one of the best defenses in football. Opening drive of the second half for this vaunted Chiefs football team, and it's a gain of 7 to Rice. Just 1 yard rushing for the Chiefs offense today. Very little runs out of the 3-year man of the Rutgers, Isaiah Pacheco, who ran for nearly 1,000 yards last season and 9 total touchdowns. He flanks the quarterback and releases again. Mahomes is hit as he throws. First down to Kelce.
That's good for our Kansas City Chiefs.
Mahomes throws the slant, and that time it is dropped. Travis Kelce, who made the last catch to spark this Chiefs drive, is currently 4th on the all-time tight end list in receiving with 11,157 yards. Another former Chief is in first place, Tony Gonzalez, with Antonio Gates shortly behind them in the top 5, along with Uncle Shea, Shannon Sharp on that list as well, and Jason Witten, former Cowboy and Raider. 3 minutes gone by in the third. Nick Rice in hand, all Chiefs here on Thursday night. Mahomes somehow got rid of it, but Justin Matabuke, who set the NFL record for most consecutive games of the half sack or more last season, brings him down for a full sack this go-around. And Ariza, their long-term punter, former 5th-round pick out of Buffalo in 2022, played out of San Diego State before off-the-field drama put him out of the league for a few years. He sends it out of bounds, a good confident corner to the 10, deep over the middle, in stride to the young superstar receiver Rashad Bateman. Him joined by Flowers, a good 1-2 punch at wideout. It's a first down for Bateman. 32 catches for Bateman last year in his first of this season. Jackson going deep. Where was this in the first half? Andrews to the 27.
Complete to Mark Andrews. A gain of 29 yards. First down, Baltimore.
Half-loaded pistol, the struggling Henry in as the deep back. And on the first down, they'll fake it to him. First time we've seen this read option today. And Jackson loses the ball. The Chiefs pick it up. And it's brought back across the 30, the 40. There goes B.J. Thompson. Chased down by Flowers at the 27-yard line. Brian Cook levels Lamar Jackson in the play that might have just sealed the win for Kansas City. Mahomes will try and all but conclude this game with the touchdown. 10th grab of the day for Brown, who's dealing with back problems and was questionable for the season opener against Baltimore, but has not only played, but has been the best receiver on the field today. Mahomes throws towards Hardman for the first down. Mahomes flips it over the middle, and Hardman is rocked at about the 11-yard line. Taken down by Stevens. The Chiefs were a below-average red zone offense last year, scoring touchdowns a little over half the time, but they have been perfect today. A diving Marquise Brown, 4 touchdown passes from Mahomes, and the second to the electrifying Marquise Brown, a 6-year speedster out of Oklahoma, with a big catch in front of the 2 All-Pros of this football team, the Ravens' Kyle Hamilton and Roquan Smith. No match for Brown. Butker on for the extra point, and that kick is good. 28-0 Chiefs on a 4-play, 28-yard drive, sparked by the Thompson fumble recovery and Thompson fumble return. In the final moments of a third quarter that has devastated the Ravens, off the 14-point flip of possession, the return is to the 25. The only turnover of the day was on that Lamar Jackson fumble. He did a good job of avoiding the fumbles last year. Into double coverage, that is complete to close the third, to the very quiet Zay Flowers. Fourth quarter coming up next from Arrowhead. Kansas City has embarrassed the Ravens in a rematch of the AFC Championship upset, 17-10 Chiefs. Baltimore's chance of a comeback down to this. Andrews, the man in motion, and he receives the ball to begin the fourth quarter. In the flat, he's got the first in front of the Chiefs' McDuffie on a gain of 7. High snap, Jackson pulls it in, unloads to the reserve tight end out to the 45. The man who reeled in 30 passes of Lamar Jackson last year. Near the first down, Isaiah Likely, a 3-year pro to Coastal Carolina, on the heels of a career year in 2023. Jackson to Andrews, that's been a popular connection for years. He gets crushed by Bolton, first down. The heavy-hitting Nick Bolton pushed out wide to cover Derrick Henry in this Ravens empty. The Ravens are chewing quite a bit of time on this drive. Henry in the backfield, in stride to the 50, run out of bounds at the 42. The Baltimore Ravens will begin the year against these Chiefs on Thursday night as Henry, with a strong run, powers his way across the 40 to the 35-yard line. Jackson fires. He's intercepted by Bolton, and this game is just about over. Wrapped up by Bateman at the 36. Nick Bolton with the second takeaway of the day for the Kansas City defense. And that is just about all she wrote, as Kansas City doesn't just win, but demolishes the Ravens in a rematch of the AFC title. Baltimore begins the season with a home opener on Sunday the 15th against the Las Vegas Raiders, part of a daunting first few months of the season. Kelsey with the block, and Pacheco has run out of bounds. 314 yards and 4 touchdowns today for Patrick Mahomes. The Ravens with a gauntlet. They play at the Cowboys, home for the Bills, at the frisky Bengals, and then Washington is coming up on their schedule as well. The Ravens with a tough schedule to begin the season. Kansas City plays the aforementioned Bengals in week 2 of the NFL season, at the Falcons, at the Chargers, and home for the Saints, part of, on paper, what is a favorable schedule for KC in the first month of the year.
It's a game of 8, and a Kansas City Chiefs first down.
It should be noted, Kansas City's Super Bowl rematch is off of the bye week, week 7, Sunday afternoon. It is Chiefs at 49ers in San Francisco. Mahomes in the red zone again. Hit. Smith was the one who forced the fumble, and it's picked up by the defense. Marcus Williams with the takeaway. Number 32. It's too little too late for the defense, but we can see if the Ravens, playing for 5 points, can avoid the shutout, as they've got the ball at the 15 with a bit over 2 minutes to go in the half. Outcut to Rashad Bateman. He's run out of bounds by number 2, Joshua Williams. Ravens receiving corps: Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, Nelson Aguilar, Devontae Walker, the 4th-round rookie selection out of North Carolina, and Deontay Hardy. Isaiah Likely, Charlie Kolar, and Mark Andrews, the tight ends for this offense. 2 minutes remaining in the ball game. Chiefs have embarrassed the Ravens in a rematch of the AFC title. Ravens with Derrick Henry as their lead running back, followed by Keaton Mitchell and the rookie 5th-round pick out of Marshall in Rasheen Ali. Patrick Ricard returns for his 8th NFL season as fullback for the Ravens, one of the last standing fullbacks in the NFL, a 4-time Pro Bowler out of Maine. A first down to the 40. Under duress is Jackson. A good job to avoid the sack, and Andrews is drilled out of bounds by Bolton at the 43. Ravens last year a top 6 offense in points, yards, and in rushing, where they were number 1. Jackson, a good throw, and Andrews is upended by Cook at the 45. Jackson off the 4-man rush. Henry runs out of bounds. No gain on the play. Baltimore, what makes this an interesting year is the acquisition of Derrick Henry. You just wonder how much of the 2020 season he has left in him after running for, as mentioned, over 2,000 yards. Jackson throws the outcut to Andrews. That is incomplete. Ravens return Zay Flowers, who was top 6 for the Offensive Rookie of the Year award after his 858-yard, 5-touchdown regular season. Jackson on the 3rd down. Perplexing decision. Check down to Andrews. 4th and 10. The Ravens, who were 57% last year on 4th down to rank 8th in football, they're going to try it with 10 yards to go. Jackson guns it. There's Andrews. First down to the 26. Under a minute left in the ball game. Bateman off the fake. Reels it in on the short pass. Tranquil the tackle for a 2-yard loss. Veteran linebacker out of Notre Dame, joining Nick Bolton as a good 1-2 punch at that linebacker position for KC this season. Jackson goes deep. There's Likely at the 10, and Likely's in the end zone. Touchdown, Baltimore. Justin Tucker returning for his 13th year in the NFL. The veteran out of Texas splits the uprights, capping an 11-play, 85-yard drive over 1 minute and 34 seconds. Justin Tucker, statistically as efficient as any kicker in the history of the NFL. He's flirting every year with the #1 spot all time. And his 66-yard field goal in a game against Detroit was the longest field goal in the history of the game. 32 of 37, 330 yards and 4 touchdowns for the two-time NFL MVP Patrick Mahomes. And without much debate, other than apparently the players, he's the greatest football player the NFL has going for the 2024 campaign. Pacheco closes the game with a 5-yard gut run, just his 5th run of the contest. It goes to show the Chiefs can score without really featuring their lead running back. The NFL 2024 season simulation is coming up shortly with Madden NFL 25 and Charger Dude 95.